And I'm not going to forget to record this call because I know people want to get this call. So we're going to record this. This is going to be a two-part series from about branding your business. And so we're going to open screen share. Okay. Okay, I'm going to flip my screen around too so that you guys can follow the presentation. Everybody make sure that you have your notebooks out because you're going to want to take notes definitely as we go through this. So this presentation was actually the first presentation of the conference, and it just got me so excited about where I was going and, you know, what I was lacking in my business, and just helping me refocus on what's most important, which is me, so that I can be there better to serve others and really attract the like-minded people, as opposed to just kind of, you know, throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. You know, this is going to be information that's really going to help you kind of look into who you are, and so that you can better reach those that are going to connect with you best. So this presentation was brought by Michelle Myers, and she did an amazing job. So the corporate brand, so this is going to be on Beachbody, obviously, because we are all Beachbody coaches on this call. And the corporate brand is fitness lifestyle. Their motto is decide, commit, and succeed. They are the Beachbody infomercials. Usually when people ask us what we do, I mean, my first go-to is, have you heard of Insanity? Because most people have heard of Insanity. So it's their products, it's their Shakeology, it's their drink, it's their fitness programs, it's the supplement, equipments, tools, whatever else that they have. But ultimately, you know, what she was speaking on is that we are not the corporate brand. Beachbody is the corporate brand, right? And that's what Beachbody stands for. But what we don't want to be doing is just focusing on, you know, selling the products, but looking more into who we are and our brand. So looking at our personal brand. The only thing that we have to offer our coaches and our customers ultimately is ourselves. Because there are right now up of 400,000 coaches out there. And when you think of the fact that there's like all of these coaches, it can be overwhelming. And I know even for myself, I get intimidated. Just like when I was in New York and I was a dancer and a choreographer and I was producing shows. I mean, there are millions of dancers in New York City that are trying to have a professional career. And it can be like totally stunting and overwhelming when you're trying to think about competing against all of those people, you know, going to an audition and having 400 girls that are up for the one job that you're up for. So it's always trying to remember that you offer something different. You bring something different. You bring you. So what we're going to try and delve in today is what is it that you have to offer that sets you aside from every other coach, because ultimately there are people out there that can connect to you and people that need that. And so, you know, one thing that she touched upon that was really great to hear is that everyone has a level playing field. So, you know, just because a coach started 6 years ago doesn't mean that they receive, you know, special discounts on things, and they can get their customers special discounts on certain things that we can't get, that a brand new coach can't get. When it comes through corporate, every single coach is at a level playing field. So ultimately it is, what is it that you're going to bring to your challenges and your customers that is unique? What is it that you're going to offer? So just right now, I want you to jot down 10 things that describe you, or a combination of things that you like to do. And I bet that everybody on this call is going to have, you know, 5 or 10 different things on your list. So write down the first 10 things that come to your mind. And we're going to try and figure out your place and your purpose as a coach, because ultimately it is truly about finding a purpose, right? You know, it was like when I was in New York City and I had a dance company, it was, what is it that sets us aside from every other dance company that's trying to book? And it's finding that niche market, something different that you or we can offer than anybody else. So I'm going to guide you guys through a series of questions that Michelle Myers took us through, just to, get to know yourself a little better. And it's kind of fun. So where would I find you in a local bookstore? When you walk into the bookstore, what is the first go-to section that you're drawn to? What 3 questions, topics, or categories are you most asked about when it comes to your business or are prompted to you on social media? I think it's important to know who your followers are and what their needs are, right? And ultimately, if you're looking for a niche market, who are those people and what are they coming to you for? What are their needs? Are they coming to you for nutrition? Are they coming to you for meal prep ideas? Are they coming to you because you're a busy mom and they want to know how you balance everything? Are they wondering how you manage your time? Are they asking about fitness tips or questions on how to do certain, different fitness movements or fitness programs? Are they coming to you and just saying, like, how are you doing it? How did you lose all that weight? Are they asking you about your pets? What is it that you guys have in common, and what are the 3 topics that are coming to your mind? If you were a superhero, what superhero would you be? And I'm not talking about, being invisible or flying, but maybe it's just a superhero of positivity. Like, I know that that's something that comes to my mind. Or maybe you're a giver, or you're just passionate about something. What would your superpower be? What did you enjoy doing when you were 10 years old? And I'm kind of wondering if you still enjoy doing that. So for me, I loved dancing at 10. So I started dancing at 10. And so for me, that was just an easy go-to, and it's still my passion. Looking back on your life 20 or 30 years from now, what do you hope is said about you? Are you there now? Are the things that you're doing right now getting that across, getting that idea across? Do you hope people say that you're a good mom, that you're a good leader, that you're there for others? What would people say is most memorable about you? Is it one experience maybe that you had or that you've had with several people? Is it a story that people continue to say about you? Or is it something that's consistent about you that most people would say about you today? Is it a life-changing moment that maybe you've shared with other people? And I would encourage you to take these questions outside to close friends and family and have them answer these questions about you, because there's a good chance that they might say something different than what you might be thinking. What message getting out means more to you than the money coming in? And this is an important one, and this is going to come across with your why. Like your big why for doing this. It has to be so powerful that on the days you don't feel like getting up and doing it, it's going to get you out of bed. It takes a while for the money to come in, and that's in any business that you do. Most startup businesses take 3 to 5 years before you even break even or have income coming in. So what are you so passionate about giving to others that is going to fulfill you enough? Because it is going to take time for that money to come in. And, I just spent this retreat with my upline coach this past weekend, and it was just so incredible to have that time with her, because it was refreshing to know that where she is and how incredibly successful she is in her business today, when she got to a certain point, which is where I'm at today is that, she took all of the money that was coming in and she put it right back out in the business. She put it back out in others. She put it back out in personal and professional development and in assistance to help her grow her business. So it is going to take time for the money to come in. And though I am making a great supplemental income right now, I am spending it. Going to the conference, and I encourage you guys to get as much personal and professional development as you can. That for me has been the best part of this business, that I have just grown so much in myself and who I am and knowing what I want in life and being a leader for others, that for me has been a worthwhile investment. For me, my message is that I want to get out primarily, reaching and going to this branding. It really brought me back to my core, and why I started this business was to really reach out to young artists and dancers that are in New York City and are struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. As hard as it is for me to still reach them at this time, and current college students, because they're not entrepreneurs. Most of them in college aren't entrepreneurs. They're, even my most focused students are wanting to party and hang out and have a good time and live the college lifestyle, So it's definitely patience, but this, and I want to reach others that are like me, that are single in their mid-20s to mid-30s and are entrepreneurs and want to be able to be self-sufficient and not depend on anybody else. Like that's my market and who I want to reach. And like I said, ultimately, this branding brought me back to where my heart is, and that is reaching starving artists and letting them know there's another way. So I have no problem breaking even right now and not worrying about me, because I have such a passion to reach others. So really trying to find something that is deep meaning to you. So rapid fire, we're going to write down the first 3 words that come to your mind. So for your priorities, the first 3 words that come to your mind for priorities. And I'll just share with you guys mine, but after I give you guys a little rapid fire time to put down yours so that I don't sway you at all. But the first ones that came down were like me. My priority is me. Like I've come to learn in the last year or 2 that I need to be my first priority, that I can't best serve others unless I'm taking care of myself first and my health first and leading by example. Work is a priority. I'm passionate about my work. And again, it's about serving others. My students are a priority with my job. My job is certainly a priority. And a priority for me is being able to create my own schedule and having the flexibility to do that. Values. What are the 3 words that come to your mind when you think of your values? For me, my values are love and relationships, integrity, and, being true to my word and doing the best I can to follow through on things that I say I'm going to do, and personal growth and spiritual growth. And how about your personality? What are 3 words that come to mind for your personality? For me, I'm definitely focused. I'm pretty outgoing. Fun. Definitely focused. Because I don't know. I do love to have fun, but I'm always like, I need to make sure that I get my work done first. Because I think I just have goals that I want to hit. All right. How about your skills? What are the first 3 words that come to your mind for skills? And this is what you're going to be able to offer others too. For me, it's teaching. I love to teach and mentor young kids and others to be their best selves, just by sharing my mistakes and my experiences. Dancing is certainly a skill of mine, and I think just in general, positivity and seeing the glass half full. And your interest, the first 3 words that come to your mind with interest. I think this is going to help you really find who your market is, you know. Ultimately, being your own business owner and an entrepreneur, you want to connect with like-minded people. Ultimately, if you're going to go to work and build a team of people, why not build a team of people that you'd like to hang out with? You know? So for me, it's definitely the outdoors. It's skiing, it's hiking, it's mountain biking. I love visiting family and traveling. I love hanging out with friends. And experiences. First 3 words or first 3 things that come to your mind for life experiences. What experiences have you had that nobody else has had? Or maybe not nobody else, but if you combine your top 3 experiences, it may set you apart from everybody else. And what I'd like to do at the end of this call is I'd like to share some of these with each other and our team to see how different we are and how alike we are. So my top 3 experiences are that I went to New York City at the age of 19 without ever having been there or knowing anybody that lived there. I became a professional dancer at the age of 20, dancing for the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. I was in a relationship for 6 years with an alcoholic, and that certainly paved my path for the way that I live my life and the principles by which I live my life by. And I added a 4th one, which was moving out west, because after being in the city for 12 years, moving out to the middle of the mountains was not on my radar, but it is certainly where I was supposed to be and supposed to land. So, all right. So ultimately, at the end of this, you know, she was basically like, so this is your brand. This is who you are. Right? So it's sort of starting to define all these and answer these questions and really start to see, okay, who am I and how can I offer this to other people and how can I reach these people? So it's important to remember just that the products create revenue, but people create passion, and the people that give you your purpose in your business. And that's what we need to continue to remember, is just keeping the focus on the people and not the products. The products are there for us to help guide us, you know, are there to help guide us through, you know, through sharing people, through sharing with people what we have to offer and how we can help them live a healthier lifestyle, right? So of course we have those products because we believe in them and we know they work. Ultimately, you wouldn't be in a business supporting a product that you didn't believe in. So we just have to remember that those are our tools, but what we're really selling and sharing is ourselves and making sure that we're having those intimate relationships with people. Hold on one second. I have somebody at the door. Hello? Hello?
Hello, I'm Tom, I'm Debbie's husband.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm on a live business call right
Okay,
now.
we're gonna shut off the water today.
Oh, why?
Just for a little while.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that was bizarre. They're shutting off the water tomorrow at 10 a.m. All right, anyway, that was kind of scary. So then I want to close it out with questions, and I want to hear from you guys so that we can help develop our brands. And we will do a call next week on part 2, which is going to delve into the top 5 branding mistakes that we want to steer clear of, how your brand must tell a story. And I'm going to guide you through some of the questions that she walked us through for that as well, and how consistency is so important and key in our business. And then basically just how to get your brand out there in all aspects of social media. So that's that. We're going to close that up and bring it back to our call. Alrighty, so I'm going to say bye to our Periscopers, and thank you guys for getting on. If you watch the replay, you can throw some hearts at it if you guys learned anything from this branding, and we will have a part 2. So, all right, you guys can find me on Facebook. Have a great night. Alrighty. So let me know if you guys have any specific questions about the branding slideshow. And if not, I would love to go through and just talk about those 3 words that describe you guys as far as priorities, values, interests, and experiences, because I think that's really going to help us. And also, if any of you guys are in a place where you feel like you have your brand and you feel like you've kind of found where your niche market is, and sharing that with us, like what is it that you can offer as a coach that's different than any other coach, and or where you might be struggling in this area and how we can best support you guys. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. Don't all jump at once.
I think that this is kind of difficult for me. It's hard to pinpoint each category. I mean, everything that when you asked, I was like, oh man, I can't even come up with one. But I think that's something that I need to focus on, and maybe ask other people as well, so I can get some ideas, because it's definitely hard for me.
Yeah.
And then branding too. I opened a like page, and the reason why I haven't been asking people is because I haven't figured out my brand, and I'm like, I want to get there first before I get people onto my like page.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I can totally relate to that. I'm still trying to figure that out, because like I said, for me, I really want my brand to be dancers and artists and students that are coming up, but I'm really having a hard time reaching them. And my current customers and challengers are not that. They're moms. They're in their 30s. They're in their 40s. They're in their 50s. I have such a wide variety. And so I feel like I'm having a hard time being consistent on my like page, because I don't know who to post for. My heart and my passion wants to post one thing, but that's nobody that's on my page. So I too have been taking a back seat to that and just focusing on my personal page and being me, and just waiting until I kind of develop that more. So yeah, I get it. When it came to your experiences, what 3 experiences did you write down, Linda?
Travel. I'd much rather have a traveling experience than a gift for, the holidays. People are like, what do you want? I'm like, I want to go somewhere. Experiences just growing up with a single mom, and college too, because I met my best friends there. So
Great.
that's what I have. Who's next?
Pass the mic.
Okay, I can go next. So yeah, the reason I didn't chime in earlier was the same reason as Linda. Like, I feel like as you were going down through like personality skills and all that stuff, I was like, I don't know. I have no clue. When you got to experiences, I immediately thought of tons of experiences. So I don't know why that was the easiest one for me, but just, I don't know. And it seems like the experiences that I wrote down are just like all really risky. It's really weird. Like, when I look back on it, I can't believe that I did the things that I've done, because they terrify me. But like the biggest one probably was, and I can't sing worth anything. I have no talent in singing, but I just decided one time that I was going to join this mega church choir, and I had to audition for it, and I got in. Just crazy. I can't believe that I got in. But when I was in this choir, we actually opened for Sanctus Real, which is this Christian band, in front of 115,000 people. So I was actually on stage singing in front of all these people, which now when I look back on it, I'm like, I can't believe that I did something like that. It's incredible. And then there's lots of other experiences similar to that. I went to India just like kind of on a whim. Like, I just went with it was a mission trip for a church. And it was like 10 teachers. We went over there and did a teachers conference, and I spoke in front of all these teachers, which I'm terrified of public speaking. So it's kind of crazy. The experiences that I've had are stuff that I'm terrified of doing, but those are the things I look back on as like the greatest experiences that I've ever had. And then like the other one that I wrote down was just kind of just where I come from. I like grew up in a very tiny town, population 98 people. So it was like extremely small. Had to be bused to a whole nother town to like go to school because we didn't have a school in my town. And my graduating class, there was only 26 people in my class. So that's just kind of like gives you like a look into my past of where I've come from. And then, I don't know, so for some reason, experiences just jumped out at me. But as far as like the other things, the skills, the personality, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to have to think on more about.
Okay, great. Lakeisha, do you want to go?
Sure. Let's see. I guess experiences, moving around a lot, living in Colorado, Florida, Massachusetts, pretty different places to live. I worked at Verizon for 13 years, so I had experience of the big corporate world, which I'm happy I'm not with anymore. I'm with a small company now who I'm only one of 3 employees, so it's kind of nice to be valued and not just a number. But right out of high school, I was an apprentice for an electrician. I decided I was going to do that for for work, but I didn't end up doing that. But it was definitely a good experience. And then, being a single mom. But interests, just family, friends, hiking, going out. I like the gym. Gym is important to me right now and has been since like 2010. Skills, I definitely learn quickly. I'm very good with PC, spreadsheets, anything to do with, computer related stuff. Let's see, personality. I'm definitely shy, but I would say fun, talkative, caring. Priorities, family, friends, nutrition, values, self-worth, just living life to the fullest. I think that was it, right?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, that's all I can think of at the moment, but it's definitely hard to, come up with all this stuff at the last, as quickly as this call. So I'm sure I could come up with some other things.
Good. And that's what it's exactly what I want you guys to do. So it was challenging. I answered most of them as she went along, but it's funny. The one thing that I really had a hard time answering was, what are the 3 topics or questions that people come to me with most? It's like, I couldn't answer that, So what I'd like you guys to do, after watching this call, is take those questions. If you need to go through the slides again, by all means do that. And really, that's like great homework for us, is to learn more about us, because ultimately, the better we know ourselves, the better we can then share that and serve others to help them learn who they are. Because when it comes to our challengers, it's really important that we know where they're at, right? That we are always asking them for their why and really getting to know, why are they doing this? Like really delving in deep to where they're at in their life, why they're feeling this way, why they're ready now, because ultimately it's getting into their heart and their passion and their purpose and their why that's going to help them reach their goals, right? So what I also learned, and we'll talk about more too, is this is not about weight loss. What we do is not about weight loss. It's about changing somebody's life from the inside out, changing their mindset, right? Because you always hear about people losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. And it's because they're not getting into the core. It's not, and that's what I love about Beachbody and what we do is that we're really more about the relationship and getting in deeper to who they are. And that trust is going to come in time, and it's going to come the more we have gone on that journey ourselves, right? And we really understand why we're here. So my homework for you guys is to really take time and think about these questions and brainstorm, reach out to other people and ask them, close friends and family and colleagues, more so than just randomly on Facebook, because most likely the people on Facebook have a different perception of you and who you are to the core, because they only see mostly the surface. So yeah, I would definitely try to get that done before next week's call, before we go on to the second part. Because that's just going to help you then with the second part of branding. And ultimately, like I said, it's still something that I'm working on and trying to figure out, because I've got certain customers and challengers now that are different than necessarily the ones I want to work with. Yeah, I'm here to help everybody, but that's where I lose my focus a little bit. So how can I make my brand really clear on social media? And that's just me knowing more who I am. And then ultimately, as you do that, you can write down your keywords and post it somewhere by your computer, and make sure that what you're posting to social media is matching who you are and who your brand is. Because the more that we can narrow scope that, then the more people out there are going to understand who you are, and you're going to attract the like-minded people. So that's pretty much all I have for branding. I mean, I literally took 25 pages of notes front and back this week, and this is one page. So there's definitely plenty more information to come at you guys. Branding will be part 2. Some of the other ones, just because I know you guys are super excited about everything that I can't even express to you the information that I got. It far exceeded the cost of going to Platinum Edge. So definitely, as soon as it becomes available next year, if you guys are growing your business, you need to be there. And we're lucky to be there, because it's not Beachbody's. It's just Christine Dwyer's. It's just Platinum Presenters downline. Now, granted, she started early, so she has literally half the Beachbody coaches under her downline, but the other half don't even get to go and get all this information. And this is different than Summit. Summit is Beachbody. It is corporate. It's learning about the corporate brand. It's motivating. It's inspiring. This is more about entrepreneurship and business growing. So Christine talked about sales and how to stop selling. Chelsea Pearson talked about how to find coaches. I'm just looking through some of my notes. How to build leaders. Janelle Summers was there, and she is a 3-star superstar diamond. She's even higher up in rank. She's one of Christine Dwyer's coaches, but she's even surpassed Christine Dwyer. Christine is a 2-star superstar diamond. I don't even know what the hell that means. It's ridiculous. She's a multimillionaire. That's all I know what it means. Janelle is a 3-star superstar diamond. And she talks about how to get your coaches started right. And we were there talking about I don't know. It was just overwhelming. YouTube and how to get yourself up on YouTube and how to get, your stuff seen into the top, and SEO and all that stuff, as well as Shalene was there. My God, I'm in love with Shalene. She talked about time management, and she talked about Periscope, and she talked about, getting virtual assistants and delegating your work. So when you get to a certain point, like Diamond, Amy, you're getting there. So, you're there, which is awesome. So you're getting to that point where, it's a little scary, but you got to be ready to start investing and taking that money that's coming back in trust and invest in getting some help, so that you can then grow your business and focus on your coaches and building leaders. And, of course, I'm here to do that with you guys and for you guys for now, but just something to be thinking about. So before we get cut off, I'm going to say hasta la vista. And I'm around all week, you guys. I'm off work. So if you have any questions or want to hit me up about something, this is the week to do it. I have some time, and we will plan our next call for branding part 2. Yeah.
Do you, when's your three-day refresh?
I was going to do that this Monday after Thanksgiving. I didn't end up having time to post it.
Okay.
I want to do it. Holly is doing it.
On the 30th. Okay.
Yep. Do you have people?
No, just trying to find another avenue. So.
Okay. I'm doing a clean eating on the 30th too.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty.
Okay. All right. I'll see you guys in the group.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.